Following that breaking news in the NFL, where the Green Bay Packers have agreed to a contract extension with quarterback Jordan Love. Our Jonathan Jones reports that it's a one-year extension that runs through 2024 and worth up to about $22.5 million for now, maybe the QB1. Love is the presumptive starter in Green Bay, with Aaron Rodgers, of course, now a member of the New York Jets. For more on this news, of course, Jonathan Jones will join us in a second, but take a look at this. The numbers, not glamorous. A $194 when it comes to passing yards, just 19 completions. He did play in 4 games, but only 1 touchdown and 1 interception, so a lot of work there. But as I mentioned, he's part of that 2020 class, so he has a lot of years in that system. We'll see how it pans out there as QB1 in Green Bay. JJ here with us now, and JJ, we knew this kind of had to happen because Aaron Rodgers is in the Big Apple. So you got your guy, Jordan Love, who apparently they do love at this point with this extension. Your reaction to this news today?
Yeah, they like him enough, right? And so you have the 5th-year option deadline that comes up later on today. And so what the Packers essentially said is, let's go ahead and hammer out this contract extension that is going to operate as a pseudo 5th-year option, if you will. It's not going to be that big, immovable number of $20+ million. You can earn that. You can earn a little bit more than that. Or it can be a little bit less if things don't pan out this season and beyond. And so it's sort of a hedging of bets, certainly on the part of Jordan Love. It is a hedging of bets by the Green Bay Packers. It's an understanding of, hey, we like one another, but he has to go out there and actually prove it on the football field in real games. He obviously hasn't had that many opportunities. We talked about that Kansas City Chiefs game, which of course he was kind of thrust into that role due to COVID restrictions during that season. So you have Jordan Love, a lot of hope resting on his shoulders there in Green Bay. A fair deal, I think reasonable people would agree. One that, again, hedges bets on what he can be, what everyone hopes that he will be there in Green Bay.
What does this mean for the Packers, JJ? Because I feel like this offseason and even in the draft, the Vikings, the Bears, and the Lions all got better, let alone just in the NFC North. Is this a rebuild? How do we kind of view the Packers entering this season?
Well, if you ask the Packers, they certainly believe that they're going to compete in 2023. I don't know that that's necessarily going to be the case because we just don't know about Jordan Love. They're the ones that see him every day in practice. They know about his moxie and his makeup, but there's just not enough evidence out there, at least for me, to confidently and comfortably say that this is a team that's going to return to the playoffs, that's going to compete for an NFC title game, even though the NFC is down this year. Look, you look at what they were able to do in the draft just this past weekend, and they go out and get Luke Musgrave in the 2nd round, a tight end. They add Jaden Reed, a 2nd-round wide receiver. Of course, they don't use that 1st-round pick on any pass catcher, keeping in line with their usual want. But this is what the Packers are right now. They have a young team, certainly at the wide receiver position. They've tried to solidify that offensive line with a couple of contract extensions, and they hope that Jordan Love is going to be the answer. Again, that's the reason they traded up for him in 2020 and drafted him in the 1st round, irking Aaron Rodgers, one could argue creating this sort of avalanche that has been the last couple of years until finally trading away the 4-time MVP 2 weeks ago. And so they hope that he's going to lead them much like their previous 2 quarterbacks. But, again, we'll see. This is a fair contract, again, for both sides as they endeavor on new beginnings.
We'll see. At the end of the day, Love did win in Green Bay when it comes to Jordan on that 1-year extension. Jonathan Jones, join us here at HQ. Appreciate that with the breaking news there. Just, of course, another story for the guys on the Pick Six Pod. The Super Friends always dialing it up again. Jordan Love, that 1-year extension in Green Bay, maybe to be QB1. It looks like it. $22.5 million to that Love pocket there. Of course, Aaron Rodgers in NY. But the fellas always dialing up. Just download and subscribe.